Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Deus Ex Mankind Divided Blind. Now, I'm here inside the police station in Golem City, and I do have a number of objectives. Free Dushan, and holding his brother. Ask me to find I need to find him first and get Tibor's keycard. One of the cops has it, but wait, first stop the market, so I guess the cop isn't at the station himself. But first, I would need to find Dushan, which I'm not exactly sure how to do, but
maybe I'm not making myself clear here. Let me show you what happens when you hold out on me. See if I can't persuade you to talk. Something tells me I don't have your full attention yet. You don't want to answer my questions? Fine. A little warning though. This is gonna hurt.
okay, I feel like
fucking around here?
I must confront the cops because there's no way I can. I'm not sure if this is Dushan, but still, whoever this is, I don't feel particularly great about watching him getting beat up by the police. And even then, this guy is straight in my way, so
That's where you get off.
neutralize the cops. Okay, so it's an actual objective as well. Interesting. But first, can I... Okay, I will actually leave him here until I neutralize the cops, because otherwise, presumably, they are going to shoot him while he attempts to escape, right? That would be the way it would happen, I would imagine. This guy has like an exoskeleton. I wonder if he's susceptible to the tranquilizer as well, because if not, then I might be in a bit of a problem here. Yeah, that doesn't look like something you could penetrate with the freaking tranquilizer rifle, to be honest. Okay, 2 out of 4. Well, I guess it's time to check. Yeah, that didn't exactly work, but maybe the stun... I'm actually surprised that worked, but oh well. I'm not complaining at all. Now, with the last cop neutralized, I should be free to let Dushan go.
Those cops won't be a problem anymore.
Too bad. I was just starting to warm up to them.
I can try and get some more down here if that's what you want.
No. It is better this happens now before I become too attached. You mind untying me?
Sure.
So, was it Tibor or Adela that asked you to help me? Or something else?
Yeah, I'm with that, actually.
A man getting savagely beaten isn't something I can just watch, regardless of the reason.
Well, you know cops, right? Assholes do not need a reason.
I do know cops, and whether it's right or wrong, there's always a reason.
Look, all I know is that since the Ruzika bombing, the police have been cracking down on us hard. They suspect Ark, of course, but they're blaming every og. For most of them, it's just another excuse to hurt us.
I thought you weren't a member of Ark.
My brother is. I just repair things for them sometimes. Heating units, security cameras. It is how I earn a living for my family.
Do you know if Ark was responsible for the Ruzicka bombing?
No. And I do not want to know. After this, I'm done with them. Being associated with Ark. Even if they are our only hope, it is not worth the pain. Look, you want to know what Ark is up to? You're going to have to ask them yourself.
Fair enough. How do I do that?
When you have robbed the man of all, the things... He is no longer he has no more of... Shit! Power? Something. Freedom. How does it go?
Are you feeling alright?
It is this week's passphrase. It is Selznick or Solzhenitsyn. Ah, I got it. When you rob a man of everything, he is no longer in your power. He is free again. Just remember the quote. It'll get you past Lubosh. He guards the way to the Ark elevator. Just repeat the quote, and he will let you in.
This'll help, thank you.
It is the least I can do. Thanks to you, I get to sleep in my own bed tonight.
On one hand, that does, sound like convoluted bullshit, but on the other, there might be something to that phrase after all, because, once you're no longer attached to anything, once everything you hold dear has been taken away from you, then it can no longer be used to influence you. So, like you're pretty much unchecked because you no longer care about anything, and it can't be used to manipulate you. Although I wouldn't say that's exactly a good thing. Like, I wouldn't trade all of the things I care for in my life just for the guarantee that they will never be used to hurt me. For example, I would much rather have a loving family, even with the prospect of, for example, my enemies trying to hurt my family, then I would prefer to see my own family getting killed or abandoning me or cutting ties with me, just because they wouldn't be able to be targeted anymore because they weren't there. Like, I don't think this trade works out in the end for me, but I do understand that it could be construed as something that makes sense. And this phrase that he mentioned. Now, supposedly, the card to enter the Ark territory is still... Okay, first, I should probably disable the cameras if I can, but supposedly the card to get into Ark territory is still in the market. Like, one of the cops has it. Maybe I can convince them to give it back or like buy it back. I wonder if I can let the rest of them out.
Prison within a prison. That makes no sense. At least we get fed a couple times a day.
Well, actually it kind of does. Like, isn't solitary, like, in a way, another prison within a prison?
Just leave me alone, Wrench. Fucking traitor.
But I don't think I can release any of them. Okay, that's kind of fucked up to just leave somebody's arm in front of this prisoner over here as if it was a threat or something. Okay, so what is happening here? I actually was here before, so that doesn't really help me in any way. I need to get out, basically. Which... I think the other way is actually easier. But it's still weird how I cannot help him.
Please, help my brother.
Like, presumably, I guess the other guy wasn't locked up at the time, so that's why it may have been easier to free him compared to this guy. Now, I want to do all of the side objectives because it might make the main objective easier in the end, and at the very least provide me with additional options of approaching it, which is always good. Now I think I'm going to take one biocell and actually use the cloak to sneak out of here. Okay, now supposedly there's a marketplace. Talk to Louis. So this is the main objective, but how would I highlight? Can I even highlight the... Because I'm interested in Chibor's Lubosh. Watching an elevator on the first floor of the market. But where is the market? Is it marked on my map? Showing the map? Merflats. Stedry Market. Okay, so I need to go up a little bit at least.
Poor fool, they will get him. Poor fool, they will get him.
Because both my objectives sort of converge on the market. I think it's 2 levels up. Yeah, and now all the way across here. I think I walked this road before, but I haven't. I don't think I was to the market in particular. Okay, but this would bring me even higher up, which is not exactly what I want. But maybe I need to go up to go down from like another angle. So this place is pretty convoluted. This is the doctor's place, so you remember that. This is a sign with the welcome to hell, where I got my documents checked. So let's get to the upper level again and then turn right, which should be where the market is, right? And this leads back to the slums in the beginning. Okay, I've heard that. There's a dead woman here with a stun gun. She's not going to need it anymore. And a pocket secretary. To whoever find this message, I am now dead. So hard living, so tiring, so exhausting. Wherever I'm going now has to be better than this hellhole. I invite you to take whatever you want. None of it helped me. So she committed suicide. Can you actually commit suicide with a stun gun? Like, obviously, you can kill somebody with a taser if you tase him hard enough, but enough times, especially if he has like problems with his heart or something. But I don't think you could do that to yourself, because obviously after the first time you tase yourself, you would lose all of the necessary motor controls to do it again. So I'm not quite sure how she did that with a taser, but well. Like, I know I'm supposed to be sad or something about what happened to her, but I'm more intrigued about how exactly she did that, because I must say it's rather weird, but it doesn't really bring me closer to my objective, which I do find a little bit discouraging. So do I need to go through the police station after all? Because it had like a, yeah, it had like a this part that goes here, which roughly corresponds with, yeah, I think, damn it, I think I need to go through here and then up here, which is annoying, I'm not going to lie. But with the help of the cloak, it shouldn't be that bad. Don't waste water. Ah, so those are bottles for collecting the rainwater or something? Maybe?
Here comes trouble.
Police. Okay, I'll go through the other entrance. Narrows. Okay, so pick.
Where did that come from?
Come on!
And now I need to go through here, I think. And then this presumably should connect to the other part. Yeah, right, because this stairway will go here and then here. Okay, this is pretty convoluted, but oh well, it is what it is.
It doesn't matter if they're a grandmother or a schoolboy. If they have a knock, they're a threat. Am I right?
I was saying that before the incident.
I can't believe they bomb our city.
One step at a time. Just remember that. Please, we're brother and sister. They're going to shut us down again. I just know it. Get ready for another blackout. Please, we're brother and sister.
A já myslel, že v chudý čtvrti to bylo zlý. Já bláhovej.
Terrible. I still can't believe Ark would do such a thing.
They didn't. Ark are the good guys. The Prague police did it, so they'd have an excuse to come into Utrecht and do some culling.
Police officers died in that bombing. You hate non-orcs so much you'll believe anything.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't believe that either. I believe that probably the Illuminati did it to facilitate conflict between orcs and non-orcs and then capitalize on it.
I don't know what's real anymore, but I don't think the police bombed the train station.
Cause, you know, that's usually what they do in those Deus Ex games. Divide and conquer.
Keep it together.
I know where the police have hidden some confiscated neuropathy.
Oh, do you?
I'll blow something else up.
Well, I would like to hear about that.
Piss off.
Well, I guess he's not going to tell me. What about her?
You can't just walk away from
Besides, there have been multiple
me. You
attacks.
can't just walk
No,
away from me.
I think it was Ark.
No, I don't think it was.
A já myslel, že v chudý čtvrti to bylo zlý.
Some people just don't want to see the truth. It's obvious to me the police blew up the train station, and now they are here looking for someone to blame.
I don't really believe that, as I said.
Sorry, I can't spare the time.
Okay, damn it, I wanted to hear about the neuropathy that the police are keeping somewhere, but apparently this isn't going to happen. Is this a cell, or... because the area is restricted.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
So I'm not quite sure what's the significance of... unless it's just restricted because it's somebody's, you know, home, which they wouldn't appreciate me breaking into. Talus Rucker. Painkillers, not going to steal anything from them. Their life is hard enough as it is. However, I am kind of intrigued. Well, their life is hard enough as it is, he says, while destroying their home. I am kind of intrigued. Wait, freak, I didn't want to steal that. I thought, story item? Crate of supplies. So is this neuropocene then, like a whole crate? Apparently it's a quest item. So, well, I didn't really want to steal that. I wanted to open that because I thought it's an openable thing. Okay, I am going to steal the stun gun ammo because I need it not to kill people, which I do believe is quite a noble goal in the end. Like, if I were to be given a choice between somebody stealing my stun gun ammo to then not kill me in a confrontation, or him not stealing my stun gun ammo and then breaking my neck with his augmented hands, then I would prefer having my ammo stolen, to be honest. I didn't want to steal the thing, but apparently it's a quest item, so presumably I will need it at some point anyway. And then at the very least, I won't have to backtrack for it.
Access granted.
Okay, this is another storage unit of some sorts. This looks like... Oh, it's another supply crate, so... Okay, I'm going to steal that for the same reason I already mentioned. So this is another quest item, right? But I'm not sure from whom am I stealing it? Is it that police stash that they mentioned? Or am I stealing this from regular people? In which case I'm a bit of a bastard, really, but...
Ty nevypadáš, jako bys patřil semi mezi nás.
Go blow something else up.
Vy sem nepatříte.
Szkoła. It's a school for kids, presumably, judging from...
I thought that having a baby would be the greatest day of our lives, but now...
I know. I'm scared too.
Is it right, do you think, for us to bring a baby into the world? What kind of parent would force their child to grow up in a place like this?
If you're suggesting what I think you're suggesting, I don't know. Leave us alone. You're bothering my wife.
Please, go away.
Well, so maybe it isn't. I assumed it's a school because this word looks very similar to the Polish word for school, and I guess to the English word as well, kind of. But it seems it's a regular home, so... What's that ebook about? Flesh and Chrome. Wait, I think it's a romance novel about an augmented person and a non-augmented person. I think it was in one of the other Deus Ex games. Yeah, Cogs and Cog Lovers. Only lead I had. Although maybe not. Signal the bartender or the manager. Frida Allers. Know her? Sure. Okay, I don't think this is the one. No, it's some kind of a, I don't know, action story. So I must have had it confused with something else. Well, I think this is a regular home in the end. Breaking... Oh, no, it is a nursery. So I don't quite get it. Maybe it is both a home and a nursery. After all, in such a crowded space, they probably don't have dedicated facilities for such a thing. So, you know, if, for example, the woman was once a teacher or like a, you know, what's the word for a person who, like a kindergarten, I don't know, do kindergartens have teachers as well? How would you say it? Because in Polish there is an actual word for that person, it's a little bit different. Like, it's literally, it means the person who takes care of kids in a kindergarten, but kindergartner? No, that doesn't sound right. Kindergartner sounds like someone who's planting kids in his freaking garden, which is a pretty disturbing concept to begin with.
Trace probe access granted.
But what I meant is, you know, they presumably don't have the dedicated spaces for that, so it might be her home, but she may also like allow other people to bring their kids here from time to time. I guess maybe this email will Utulek EMR. What kind of number? Okay, it starts here, so they're pretty scary. Infant mortality rates. Recommend that all women have pregnancy tests before being sent here. We know IMR are going to be higher given all of the environmental factors. Basically a micro third world. It's worse than I thought. 4 in 10. 90% are preterm births. You can't have women given birth in this place. 4 in 10? Jesus. In the meantime, I want to get all of your patients on a course of corticosteroids. Get back to you. Dollarhide says no. Wait, Dollarhide, really? That's a villain from Hannibal, right? Francis Dollarhide. He's not going to raise the alarm on the IMR. The pool is too shallow to be accurate. Fucking bureaucrat. He's a Santau shareholder trying to protect in the investment, sorry. Every life matters. Yeah, and the Nathaniel Brown from Santau is not even receiving the mail. Like he set an auto-responder. Have affected me greatly. Atticus Dollarhide is no longer in charge of things, nor is he a Santau Group shareholder. Is in charge now, Dr. Davies. Temporary preparation for permanent relocation to our new Rabia site, the nursery program in Utulek. I owe you a great debt of gratitude. Every life matters. How can I express my appreciation for your actions? Personal honor to receive those compliments. Ready for transports when they arrive. Women and children, you're giving them a chance. Huh. That's interesting. So, did he come through for them in the end, or is it some kind of an elaborate plot, like to, you know, get better PR, or maybe even transfer them somewhere to just keep them quiet so that they don't speak about the problems here, which would reflect poorly on the company. Okay, and this should be the market finally, right? Yeah.
Gibor almost certainly is. I took some kind of passcode, the key card off him. I've got a good idea what it's for too. And if it is, proves he's Ark. No, an elevator, useless to us. Unless we want to start a real war, which we don't.
Okay, so
he's a small fish for sure, and Deshaun, probably not even involved, but well, let's not throw either back without getting something out of it. Okay, check in later.
So this guy has the key card.
Well, you're a fancy clank, aren't you? I don't know who you work for. Fancy. But stay out of my way, unless you want to see the inside of the
If he has it on him, then it might be a little bit difficult for me to take, because I would need to attack him, which is...
Víš o tom bombardování něco? Jo, jen si hraj na nevinný, jo. Neboj, když chceme odpovědi, tak je taky dostaneme.
Okay, so a bookshop.
Mají něco za lubem.
Talus Rucker. Molecular something. So how would I get the card from him? Is this like a graveyard or like graveyard? It's not exactly a graveyard, but like a place to remember the dead, because I can see somebody praying here. Yeah, Pamintime. Ah, that's the people that have died, right? Yeah. Pamintime means let us remember.
I thought I could convince him he was making a mistake. I was calm and polite when the police came to my door. I thought that my civility would be rewarded. But the policeman chose to ignore it. So I kicked him in the balls.
So it's actually impressive that you're still alive after that.
I was calm and polite when the
So I guess this is like a...
I thought that my civility...
It's like a remembrance site to the people presumably killed by the police,
So I
because
kicked him in the balls.
she said, I told him to reconsider or to something, but he didn't listen. So, well, either way, those people are dead. How exactly they died is, second. It's not unimportant, but what I meant is, they are dead, and it is a place to like a monument to them, regardless of the cause. Now, how would I get the card from the cop? That is...
All you ever talk about is Rabia, the promised land. They said that about this hellhole too. Give me one good reason Rabia is going to be any different.
It's not a temporary solution like this place.
To je strašný riziko. A co z toho? Budeš trčet někde v poušti? To máš lepší tak.
Okay, is it a new issue? Actually it is. Okay, it's a Picus newspaper. Crackdown on unlicensed augs. Already overcrowded Autolek complex. 20,000 more people expected to apprehend in following weeks. Many previously licensed citizens will not be eligible for the new permit. Will China seek Europe's help? Chinese city of Hengsha might soon be facing facelift, built on 2 levels and home to significant augmented population damage due to AUG incident. Chinese authorities were seen meeting with the architects from the Santor group. Certainly China has architects of her own we could work with, but sprawling urban development are reshaping the global landscape. Will soon be obscured by thick concrete walls. No one at Santa was available to comment. Okay.
Like it so much, then go. Come in, look around. There is no economy, no credits to change hands. Many of the stores have been reduced to a barter system.
Okay, pay here. Kiełbasa. And owoce, zielenina, so fruit and greens. Nothing that interesting.
Jestli se vám to zacházení nelíbí, tak se zbavte augmentací a civilizovaná společnost vás přivítá zpátky.
Well, that isn't exactly possible, seeing how Johnson would die if he ripped off his augs.
Víš o tom bombardování něco? Jo, jen.
But I am not sure how to get the card, and I would very much like to get it.
They think they can crush us, but the human spirit is strong.
To vy jste zač. Nějaký ochočený auk na dovolený.
Like, I feel I might have to fight them, which...
It was in the early days of this place. Nobody knew yet what it was really like. Her dad kicked her out because she was augmented, and my parents refused to take her in. She thought she'd be safer living here than on the streets in Prague.
And you came with her? That was really good of you.
I gave notice at work and followed her 2 weeks later. But by the time I got here...
Oh, Jesus.
Sometimes I think of killing myself, so that no one else gets to do it.
Every day around here, there's some new horror story.
She was broke. She started tricking. A rival prostitute cut her up.
Wow, that's pretty dark.
No handout.
Best hydroponic meat. Huh. How could meat be hydroponic? Does it mean that it's... Because hydroponics is like growing stuff without, like not in the ground, like in a lab or something. For example, hydroponics are being considered as a method of like growing plants on spaceships, so that they can be used to feed people while traveling through space. But how would meat be hydroponic? Does it mean that it's a lab-grown meat? It's not from an actual animal, you know, being grazed on grass and whatever, but it's instead, you know, made in a lab, like cloned or something? Not quite sure.
I finally have some money and tried to buy food, but there is no food.
Actually, there's plenty of food. It seems you maybe just don't have enough money. Again, with the czerstwe mięso. In Czech it means fresh meat, but in Polish you would think it means stale old meat, which I find hilarious each time. Electronics. So this is the cop. Maybe I can... Seeing how he's isolated here...
Well, you're a fancy clank, aren't you? I don't know who you were.
Okay, I'll save.
Stay out of my way, unless you want to see the inside of a cell.
Maybe the others will not notice. Because seeing how he's isolated like that... Yeah, the ARC keycard.
Chicane. Tell Miller the mission's back on track. I've got an elevator passkey that'll get me into ARC territory.
Copy that. I'll do a flyby up ahead, get you the lay of the land. Hit me up when you're through.
Now there is still one more thing, some kind of ARC contact. I was meant to... Damn it, I missed the beginning of it. I wonder if it'll replay. But I'm not going to stand here and wait for it. There will be another opportunity. Because it was talking about the Restoration Act, and I'm very interested to learn the details of it. But supposedly somewhere near the elevator here, there was supposed to be... No, not near the elevator. The cop was near the elevator, but talk to Lubosh. On the first floor of the market, so up there, presumably?
Are you nuts? What the fuck's the matter with you?
Jesus. It was just an idea. We need the goddamn money.
So how about if I do it? I'll just walk around offering to fuck any woman or man I see for some food or cozy.
You asshole. It's not like I want to do this. Do you want to starve to death?
So she's planning to prostitute herself to earn enough money for food.
I could
And this...
take you into the... No. Never mind.
This I imagine is probably her husband.
Murder, prostitution, theft, worse. And the police don't care. Fuck. I'll bet they are in on it.
Which I understand it's a very difficult conversation to have with your husband specifically, but then I understand, you know, once you're dying of hunger, then you start to look at things a little bit differently.
You look like you have money. If you get me to Rabia, I'll do anything you want. It has to be better than here. Anywhere must be better than here.
Damn it.
What are you doing? He didn't hurt anybody. He was just trying to help.
We aren't all drug addicts.
What? I didn't do anything. What are you talking about? I was just about to be annoyed that you stopped your conversation and I didn't even do anything.
I tried, but I couldn't.
I can do things, you know? Anything. I'll even get my friend to join.
Well, I'm looking for that ARC contact, and I was supposed to meet somewhere around here. Well, this is some kind of a domicile, but not quite sure what it's about.
Access granted.
Well, I won't know until I check. Whoa, it's actually full of dead people, which I wasn't expecting. Did they kill themselves too? It looks more of like a massacre. There's 1, 2, 3, at least 4 bodies here. And it doesn't look like a suicide because he was in the middle of eating a burger and no secretary on him. Plus there are no weapons around, so... Oh, there is a pistol, so maybe they did kill themselves, but that would be weird to do it in the middle of a meal. And goodbye, my brother. Anna is pregnant. I won't bring another child into this world. My friend, I think this is the last time. Oh. Tu autem domine miserere nobis. Lord, you Lord. Wait, nobis is us. For us? Damn it. I should know what this means, but I might be too tired. I think it's something along the lines of Lord, have mercy on us. This is us. This is plural. I'm going to check it and put it in the description. So I guess they did kill themselves, like all of them. Double shifts. It'll be fine. It's a family. So I guess they decided they can't take it anymore and killed, like, or I guess he killed all of his family and then himself, which unfortunately is actually a common enough occurrence that it has its own name. Like, I don't think it... I'm not sure if the name also functions in English, but in Polish you would basically call this when a family member kills all of his family, well, all or part of his family, and then ends up killing himself as well. You would call that samobójstwo rozszerzone, which means an extended suicide, because the idea there is that most of the time it isn't like in the head of the person that's doing this, it isn't really murder. They don't treat it, they don't have any actual ill will towards their family members. It's not like they want to hurt them. In fact, it's actually quite the opposite. Like, if you're in a really desperate situation, especially if it's coupled with mental illness, you could, like, your pattern of thinking is so disturbed and so unusual that to your understanding, for example, if your family is starving, is suffering, or you're getting threatened, or if you're really desperate, those people genuinely think that dying is a better alternative. So they want to quote unquote save their family, take them with themselves to some better world, perhaps. It's very difficult to understand for someone who's sane and healthy, like mentally healthy, but I actually have personal experience with this kind of situation, and I myself am 100% convinced that there are situations in which those people genuinely do such things and genuinely believe that they do it out of love, basically, which is, as I said, very difficult to understand for a sane, healthy person. But basically, I think that's what's happened here. This guy was so desperate, he felt that there is no hope for his family, so he basically decided that it's better for them to leave this world and go on to the next, which is really, really tragic and really, really disturbing, really hard to understand. But I do actually personally understand it, as horrible as it is. I'm just sad that his who was it again? Brother? Friend? I think it was brother. Whoever he was talking to in that pocket secretary, he didn't get here in time to help them. Well, but I guess switching the tone a little, back to indignantly indignantly murder hoboing around in the best RPG tradition. At the very least, now that they are all dead, they no longer need their things. So I might actually take everything they have guilt-free, because obviously, if the whole family is dead, then it's not really going to help them if I leave it. Sam is that. I read that already. Another pocket secretary. I dropped the hardware off at your place. Lock it in a safe. If the cops find out you're packing, serious trouble, and Ark isn't going to be able to help you. So he sent some weapons to... Oh, no, it's the other way around. Damn it, that's even more tragic, because this guy here, this guy that killed his family and then himself, he got a gun from a friend, presumably because he convinced him that he needed it for protection or something, and instead he used it to kill his whole family and himself, which, man, can't really get more tragic than that. Now, let us check this.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
Okay, I might be missing something here because I can't find the route to this. Okay, it should be okay. Test results. Yeah, you are pregnant. Damn it! And right, his wife was pregnant on top of that, so he also killed his unborn child alongside with her. Damn it. That's... Man, that's... Really, that's like... The amount of tragedy that happened here. Well, there's nothing I can do about it at this point. I'm just going to check if there's anything else. Doesn't look like it. But I'm still looking for the Ark contact. somewhere around here. He was supposed to be on this level, right? I think.
Oh man, it hurts. These augments are the worst thing I've ever done.
Bunk beds. In a toilet, no less. Ah, so I guess... This was originally like public toilets, perhaps? Are they all toilets? Yeah, right. And now they are living quarters. Sauron and Illuminascu.
It's a council of 5 in Aston Martins. They will never stop until we are all dropped into isolationist ghettos, just like Golem City, followers. This attack expedites legislation that, in time, will be expanded to include naturals. It'll guarantee legislation that will make the distribution and implantation of chips mandatory. Chips that will eventually be implanted in our natural asses, too. I told you an attack like this was imminent and people called me paranoid. Well, what do you think now, @conspiracy_Chad99? Still think your boy Laz is paranoid? They got us, man! They had us on the grid for generations and now they're gonna impale us on the spikes. That's why they call it the AUG incident, by the way. I just thought of this right now, Steve. They slapped it with a tame word like incident because they wanted to make sure they had somewhere to go later. Less is more when it comes to naming global massacres, didn't you know? Good. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Well, but is there... Ah, oh wait.
Edward Braun. You shouldn't have ended up here.
A lot of people shouldn't have. Don't worry. I don't blame you. You're not the one who brought me here. You're just a man who didn't go out of his way. Makes you no different than anyone else.
I'm sorry, Edward.
The police came for me shortly after you left. At least now there is no more waiting in fear. No more wondering whether or not they will come. And I see I'm not the only one who got caught.
That's not exactly why I'm here.
Well, I won't ask. But I will ask if you have any neuropozyne. It is in very high demand here. There is a terrible shortage.
Well, I feel like I owe him at least this after not helping him in the first place. Although it's not that I didn't want to, I just couldn't.
Here. It's the least I can do.
Thank you. And just so you know, it's not your fault I'm here. It's just the way things are now.
Well, at the very least he's still alive. Maybe he can get out at some point.
A fitting place for a monster. Leave me alone, please. Leave me alone, please. I just want to wait it out alone.
But I still haven't found the ARC contact. Okay, there's the ebook here. Global Politics Review 2029 overview. Major economies crumbled in the wake of the AUG incident. The countries struck hardest followed the demographic spread of augmented peoples. First world nations were greatly impacted. Developing countries were also hit hard as infrastructure and construction were brought to a standstill. Maybe fueled by resource-rich third world nations that were left relatively untouched. Politically speaking, many are as volatile as ever. Willing to take the risk. Well, that didn't really tell me much. You know, it wasn't very detailed. But I still haven't found the guy, and I might
all drug addicts and lowlifes.
I might have misunderstood where he's supposed to be.
Prostitution, theft, worse.
It's very clearly supposed to be at the market somewhere. His name is supposed to be Lausch or something like that. There is a kind of a room here. But how would I... Does this go... Where does it go? Oh, no. This would electrocute people around here because this is running water, so that's not what I want to do at all. I would, however, like to get inside here because there's clearly someone there. And it might be the guy, but I'm not sure how to... Because I've talked with the people here.
Every week we get more people and less food shipments.
Yeah, I feel like I've explored most of this location anyway. Ah, but there is still this part. Which I don't think I... Wait. This is the elevator. Ah, Lubosh was his name. But I don't think I explored this anyway, which I probably should, right? Before going forward. So, I will talk with him, because it is a side objective.
Is there something I can help you with?
You're Lubosh, right? Dushin Sokol told me Ark might have the answers I'm looking for. He sent me to you.
Dushin? I heard the police had him and his brother Tibor locked up in the Narrows.
Yeah, the cops were working Dushin over pretty good when I found him. Wasn't exactly a fair fight, so I stepped in.
Is he okay?
He'll be fine. Looking forward to sleeping in his own bed tonight.
Not a lot of people in here would be bothered to stop and help out the stranger.
What was happening wasn't right.
You took on the police by yourself, on their own turf?
And then Dushin pointed me to you.
He was right to do so, but I'm sure he would have given you something more. Some wisdom, maybe?
Before he's free again, a man needs to rob everything. Okay, I'm not going to say that, although I'm kind of tempted. He's robbed of what makes him free. No, it was this.
When you've robbed a man of everything, he's no longer in your power. He's free again.
Spoken like a true brother of the revolution. I think I even heard conviction in your voice. I'll unlock the elevator for you. Go on up.
Okay, but let's talk about other things as well.
How did you get involved with Ark?
I used to load freight for the Czech railway in Ostrava. After the incident, my employers were afraid of me. I was fired. So like most of the augmented in the country, I drifted into Prague, unlicensed and homeless. The police swept me up in a sewer raid one night, put a round in my leg and dumped me here. It wasn't long before Talos found me.
And he gave you work?
He gave me purpose. He's the reason I'm still alive.
Okay.
What can you tell me about Talos?
The first time I met him, he's cutting a bullet out of me while trying to explain the history of the Gulag. He has his hand stuck in my leg and is encouraging me to study Stalinist labor camps. 3 months later, I pass him in the throat and he says, "Lubosh, how's the leg? Are you studying the Gulag like I suggested?" Remembered me like it was yesterday.
Sounds like he has a good memory.
No, I mattered to him. Me, a nobody, mattered to a great man like Talos Rucker. That's the kind of man he is.
Okay, I really hope he wasn't studying the gulags and Stalinism as something that he would like to model his personal philosophy on, because that's a really bad idea. I hope he was doing that, studying something that he should avoid, turning his whole quote-unquote revolution towards, because, even though it shouldn't, I guess, in public consciousness, the word revolution itself is like inherently kind of communist for most people, at least. That's how it, because obviously the two most famous revolutions everyone knows about is the French Revolution and then what's the English month? I'm too październikowa rewolucja. September, October, I think, October Revolution. I might be too tired to correctly change it in my mind from Polish to English, but then, yeah, so the French Revolution, contrary to popular belief, wasn't really, like, it wasn't really a workers' revolution, it was more of a, well, it was more of a bourgeoisie revolution, if anything, because it was mostly concerned with merchants being annoyed that even though they held a lot of financial power, they had no political power, because in France at the time, the so-called third, how would you translate it again? I have the Polish, because obviously I remember it from history lessons. I have the Polish term, but I don't know how the third, not state, the third strata of society, it lumped together all people, like from wealthy merchants down to lowly peasants, and despite their enormous difference in like living conditions and financial what's the word, financial status, they all could do diddly squat when it came to politics. So basically the French Revolution wasn't really a workers' revolution, and it was a merchant revolution, mostly having to do with being annoyed at not having political power. It was less about living conditions and the like, but even despite that, most people, you know, remember that they killed the aristocrats and whatever. So it has, even though it wasn't a communist revolution per se, I guess, the word revolution itself, I feel like, has a lot of communist undertones, because then again, the Russian Revolution, of course, was a communist revolution, and it's equally well known, or perhaps even more. It depends, I guess, on where exactly you ask and who.
Dushin said some of the police are using the Ruzicka bombing as an excuse to hurt the augmented in Golem City. Why do you think that is?
They're trying to manufacture a response from Talos to get Ark to fight back.
Violence begets violence.
That's right. And if Ark responds violently, then their case against us only builds. But Talos is too smart. He won't allow Ark to be baited into a false confession, even if it means that the people we sworn to protect are hurt.
Well, that is pretty smart of him. But then it doesn't quite gel with what I've read in one of the computers, where one of the guys was planning a suicide attack in the name of Ark, but then again, it could have been, you know, a framing setup, like a false flag, specifically for the reason of implicating them. Before I go to the elevator, which will continue my main objective, I would like to explore this part as well, because I didn't. At least I don't think I did. But this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to do that next time. Yeah, that's all for this one. I will see you in the next one. Bye.